Ready when you are.
It is 6 p.m. on the 10th of June of the year 2025. This will open the Buckley City Council meeting. If my esteemed colleague, Councilmember Green, and a Marine Corps veteran can lead us in pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Smith,
Here.
Anderson. Here. Arsano.
Here.
Burbank. Here. Bergerson. Here. Bender, absent. Green.
Here.
Motion to excuse Councilmember Bender.
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Is there any, it looks like there's an amended agenda in front of you, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda.
Motion to approve amended agenda.
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
Public comment. We have several people that have signed in. Is there anybody that is signed in that would like to speak for public comment? If not, there's, ma'am, please.
So do I get this rewrite that? Okay.
Please step up to the podium, just state your name and your city of residence.
My name is Mary Dempsey and I live in Puyallup. I'm not I do not live in Buckley, but I'm here as a representative of the Buckley members that we have as a part of Pierce County Beekeepers. And I'm here specifically for Sandra. I am the president of Pierce County Beekeepers and I have been a beekeeper for 11 years. Our organization is a nonprofit 501c3 charity. The purpose of our organization is to provide education to the community through classes, through going out to schools, to going into senior homes, to doing community events where we do presentations and offer the education. We have a big event coming up at the State Fair. We do have members, like I said, who live in Buckley. So I'm here to support Sandra in her request to change the ordinance to match other communities in Washington State or a variance to the 30-foot setback rule of keeping bees in your yard, but also in support of pollinators in general. She's already talked to you about all the local ordinances and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk specifically about pollinators and specifically bees and their importance to our community. There are over 20,000 species of bees worldwide. This includes wasps and all the solitary bees and native pollinators. In the United States, there's 3,600 different species of bees. And in the state of Washington, there's over 700 species of bees. Pollinators are keystone species. Pollinators are a keystone species in essentially every ecosystem in the earth, enabling the reproduction of over 85% of all flowering plants and 67% of agricultural crops. Without them, we don't eat. Up to 40% of pollinators right now are in danger of extinction because of climate change, pesticides use, and habitat loss. And the more that we build and the more that we see all this stuff going on, it's more habitat loss for those bees. We as beekeepers help to ensure the survival of these vital insect species that are crucial to our planet's functioning ecosystems. Commercial beekeeping takes the bees to the crops. So people say, oh, well, they've got a lot of bees, but they put them on a truck and they truck them down to California, they truck them out to Yakima, and they pollinate our food. And so that's a good thing. But then that leaves no bees left here for our crops. So hobbyists and smaller commercial beekeepers who have less than 30 hives, they maintain the pollination for the individual areas that we live in, for our food gardens, for our flower gardens, and that's throughout the whole season of our communities. I'm here tonight, hopefully to raise community awareness of how important bees are, not just how our food grows, but all plants that require pollination through insects. I'm the daughter of an entomologist, so I grew up with bees in the refrigerator. And my dad was a beekeeper. And how important it is to have hobbyist beekeepers in our community by having ordinances that allow them to raise and care for the bees that are good for our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else that is signed in from the public wish to speak tonight?
Good evening, Carolyn Robertson Harding here, Buckley Chamber of Commerce. Just a couple of things. One is that as a result of my position, I am on the Pierce County Human Services Advisory Board, and we are looking for additional members. So I was going to give this to Treva to maybe put somewhere so that we could get some more board members. I think we can have 15 and we have about 10. So that would be great. And then also just a log show update. So last year we had 89 vendors. We thought 50-year, probably that's going to be the most we'll have in a long time. This year we have 89 and about 10 people on the waiting list. So we are maxed out again, which is really good news. We also have the online application for signing up for the parade active, and the payment system is active. And we've already got 18. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot 2 weeks before the event, but these are loggers. They're going to wait till the last minute, which is perfectly fine because we're ready for them with the online program. So we're excited about that. And then the other thing I just wanted to mention is I am going to go on behalf of the chamber tomorrow to the Wilkson Elementary School, to the Fairfax Bridge Conversation Open House. One of the things that Jamie Poley mentioned to me was that there are 16,000 cars a year that go up through that area to be able to get to the mountain. And if they're not going that way to go to the mountain, they're probably not coming through here either. So I just want to go and support them and find out more information. And Jamie's a force to be reckoned with. So I have no doubt that she will continue to work hard. I checked with her yesterday and she didn't have an update at this point. She said she was still in negotiations with the property owners. So thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am, please.
Sandra Anderson. I am a resident of Buckley. I'm here tonight to bring up something that you brought up in the last meeting, the license plates, the special license plates. And so I followed up on that, and my source tells me that they won't even begin to issue those until next year because Washington State DOL is so behind in issuing. Pierce County License Department at the Annex Building, the auditor's office, they say that they don't even show it on the list yet, but you can start making applications, and the fee for the license plate is $209. So it will be coming along. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Jessica Goulet. I don't have anything formal, but I am a concerned citizen about the speeding that is happening. I saw on the pamphlet that went out that this would be an okay time to say something. I live on C Street, which is right on Glacier Middle School Road, and behind that is Elkridge Elementary School. I work from home, so I get to see all the kids ride their bikes, walk their bikes, and I also get to watch all the people that are going way faster than 25 miles an hour. On C Street, if you're coming down the road, there's no stop signs from one end to the other until you get to the intersection right in front of the middle school. And I think people take advantage of that. I don't know if they're late for work or they just like to go fast, but it's concerning. I have cats. There are lots of kids that play out in the neighborhood as well. And so I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if we could get one of those electronic like speed meters, and then based on that data, what comes next, a speed bump, a stop sign. But I would just love to make sure that the community is safe. We don't have any accidents because I love living here and I love being able to walk around and enjoy my street safely. So thank you so much.
Quick question
you.
for you, if you.
Yes.
Real quick.
Absolutely.
You say the entire C Street.
Yes.
In my brain, C Street runs from Jefferson to Main. So you're talking about the entire way.
You might probably be more correct than I am. I'm kind of geographically challenged and should have brought a map with me. I'm thinking just the end of C Street that I can see from my house. It does turn into a T, and there's gonna be new development right there, so. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
City Administrator, can you follow up with the chief? I know we have the portable speed things and whatnot.
Yes, absolutely. We currently have those monitoring at the A and Main intersections in support of the four-way stop, and we'll be doing that through the end of the school year because we wanted data in school versus out of school, and then we'll be looking for our next spot. So we will have C Street added to the list.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Anybody else? Ma'am, please.
Sorry, I didn't find him either. Marcy Victor, I live in Buckley. My concern is Monday Loss and 410 intersection along with Wally's and Main Street. When you're making a left turn to get onto 410, the most dangerous one I feel is the one out on 410 coming from the high school. You have on Monday Loss, you have straight and left combined coming both from Sumner Buckley Highway by the green door and on the opposite side coming from the high school. I don't know my directions, but it meets there. So you either go straight across or you have to make a left turn. So the left turn has to yield against the ones coming across and lefts. So if you're both making a left turn, there should be a right of way for both of you to go. There should be enough time. But if there's a car coming behind, there's a good chance that you don't have enough time. So making those designated left turns would make it easier for the people going straight across and right to make that left turn easier. My son was involved in an accident there less than a month ago. And the cop said, oh yeah, we see accidents here all the time. You know, there's lots of misses. I did send a message to the city engineer to see if there was a study that we can have done, at least to see how many accidents are there on a regular basis. But if you notice, Main Street has a designated left turn if you're coming from the Glacier, but not if you're coming from the opposite Java Hut. That is also a left, and I call them Frogger. It's like you're making a Frogger turn on those because you're just trying to chance it. But it also, I believe Wally's has the same thing to where you have to like judging is someone, and no one uses their blinkers hardly ever. So are they going to turn left? Are they going to go straight? So you're chancing it. So those are the big concerns. My main one is the one out by the green door where I feel like there's enough space to be able to just make those designated straight and right turns and then have designated left only so that you're sitting there waiting on that left turn and you don't have to worry about traffic going opposite you or the straight at the same time and kind of chance if you have enough time. Or as my son being a new driver, you know, I've avoided as much as possible as a driver of 30 years, but he's a new driver. So he feels, oh yeah, I must have time. And unfortunately he didn't. So most of my family avoids that intersection. We go 112th instead. We take different routes instead of getting on there. But I feel like if that was safer, then it would be a little bit easier for people to know when they can turn at that point. So.
Thank you for that. City Administrator, that is going to be maybe a conversation with WashDOT, since 410 is controlled by the state of Washington. We have the other streets.
Yes.
But the lights are all on the state purview.
Yes, and as far as that, making it a straight and a left would still be the same lights. You wouldn't have a designated left turn light. The lights would stay the same. You would just have a left yield on a green light.
Yes, and that would just be the city communicating with the state on that.
And adding signs if needed for there.
Thank you for that.
Uh-huh.
Anybody else? Sir?
Hello, my name is Nikolai Stevens, a lifelong resident of Buckley, and I wanted to second the voice of my partner, Jessica Goulet. We are residents on Mason and C Street, and I similarly see many speeding individuals up and down that street. And as she mentioned, we have two really cute cats. And it's very unnerving to see folks speeding up and down that with folks walking to school. It's a very critical thoroughfare to Glacier Middle School. And I'll keep that short, but just want to second that. And then my second point is, given the microscope that's being put on our communities based on the bridge situation happening at Fairfax, I wanted to voice my concern for the bottleneck that is the Buckley-Enumclaw Bridge on Highway 410. I know that's something that is WashDOT, and I know the city of Buckley can have a major voice in potentially widening or strengthening that connection between the two communities. As someone who sits in traffic for 30+ minutes every day, trying to connect with my job in Maple Valley, as a fellow public servant, it's really hard to sit in all of that traffic. And I don't know if there's more that the city can do, but I'd love to see that bridge widened and, make my commute better. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Really like to see people engaging with their government. This is good. Anybody else? And we'll have a second round towards the end of the meeting. Seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to committee reports. And as you can see, you approved your amended agenda. We had to cancel the Admin, Finance, and Public Safety Committee meeting, as well as Parks and Community Services. So that only leaves the mayor's report. And since the mayor's not here, and I'm the mayor pro tem, I don't have a report. However, Councilmember Anderson.
Sorry, and I forgot to let you guys know, I wanted to talk about Citizens Advisory, met 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then I missed our regular meeting, so I couldn't give you guys an update. So we talked about the Clean Air Parks Ordinance. It will be coming back forward to us to take another vote. And then they just looked at our enhancements policy for our parks is definitely working. We had 2 bench applications that should be going in soon. They were donated and will be installed soon. And then our next meeting is next week. So I'll have another update, but I just wanted to make sure you guys know that Clean Air in Parks will be coming back to us.
Any questions from council for Councilmember Anderson? Thank you for that. Moving on to the consent agenda.
On tonight's consent agenda is approval of the minutes of the January 7th, 2025 special city council meeting and claims and payroll.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carries.
We'll move down to the regular agenda.
Item 1 is resolution 25-03, Vision Zero Goal for Transportation Safety.
Move to approve resolution number 25-03, Vision Zero Goal for Transportation Safety.
Second. Any comment, questions from the council?
City engineer is on Zoom.
Yes, Dominic's on Zoom if anybody has any questions. Okay. Take a vote. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carries.
Moving down to staff reports, city administrator.
One update this evening to mark your calendar, the City Hall ribbon cutting will be at 5 p.m. on July 8th, just before City Council. We will be opening the building to the public, and then we plan to move staff beginning on the 9th. So the building will be open to the public for regular operations as early as the 10th, or definitely by the following week. But July 8th, 5 p.m., please join us for a ribbon cutting and light refreshments. Everyone is invited, and we will be advertising it on all of our social media as well. That's it.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mayor Pro Tem.
This will be a second crack at the apple for public comment. Does anybody have any public comment pursuant to since we last did it or anything talked about here?
They're only supposed to.
Marcy Victor again. City resident, I also wanted to add to this speeding. I live at the corner of Cedar and Jefferson. And that is also a major, when you guys closed off by the activity center, it slowed down now that it's opened up again. It's been frequently used. Definitely a lot of speeders, but my concern is more of the stopping. On Jefferson, there's 2 stop signs. On Cedar, there is none. And a lot of people driving Cedar do not use that as a stop sign. So out my front door, there's quite a bit of slamming brakes and possible near misses on that street. So there's a stop sign on both sides of Jefferson, but not on Cedar. So 1, speeding, and 2, also not coming to a stop there. A lot of people roll through that or slam their brakes, not realizing there's stop signs there. So that's a concern.
Thank you. We'll pass that on to the police department.
They're only supposed to speak one time.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's okay.
If we've already done it, then we should keep doing it. allowing it.
Please.
Sandra Anderson again, resident of Buckley. With all the traffic issues coming up, I just want to express my feeling about people driving through our city without license tabs on their vehicles. I know of a few, and I don't know if you can set up stings to watch for these, but it bothers me that people sometimes don't license their vehicles when I do, and my insurance goes up every year because of people that don't do that. And they probably don't have a driver's license or insurance if they're not at least licensing their vehicles. So it's just something that needs to be addressed also.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That'll take us down to council member comments and good of the order. Anybody have anything to say? Councilmember Burbank.
I just wanted to say that the painting of the curbs and the sidewalks look good. I saw everybody out there painting, so.
Anybody else? I'd just like to say, and just, this is just in support of our colleague, Councilmember Bender. Her husband passed this last weekend, and when I first met him, it was probably 10 years ago. My daughter was at Elk Ridge Elementary, and as a veteran myself, I went to the Veterans Day Assembly. And I saw this man dressed in perfectly fitting Marine Corps dress blues. And it was stunning because I could tell he was older gentleman. So when the Veterans Day Assembly was done, I walked up to him and thanked him. I introduced myself and thanked him for his service. And I did not know at the time who he was, but that was James Bender. And I also served on the Seattle Police Department with their son, Jason. So that is just my memory of Jim, and may he rest in peace. And I know that the city, on behalf of the council, is gonna send some flowers and a card for condolences for our colleague. So there we go. With that, nothing else on the agenda. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
You have, but.
Sure.